I feel great. It's time to get back to work, and we've been back for a couple weeks now. And although training camp officially starts today, it's kind of been going on for a while here. So it's been good to get back in the swing of things, and we're excited to get going.
It looked like the defense is going to be pretty much the guys we know, but now Jake Muzzin's hurt. How does that affect things?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I think he's just day to day, but. Yeah, guys are going to get an opportunity. Those are obviously some guys that played a lot for us last year that are out right now, but, that's the business, and we have guys that we're confident in as well that can step in.
What was it like, digesting moving on from the playoff loss this time around?
Yeah, it's tough. Always it's disappointing, and the ultimate goal is to play to the end, so we obviously didn't get that done, and, summer comes around, it's a chance to get away, refocus a little bit, and now we're coming in fresh and ready to go.
What'd you do to get away? Did you travel at all? Or?
Yeah, we were in Paris and Italy right after the season for a little bit, just kind of traveling and seeing the world and kind of relaxing, and then you get back to work, get back in the gym, and start skating again.
Are you a wine connoisseur now?
I'm not at all. I'm actually not a wine guy, so I think it was slightly insulting to some Italians, and, but it was all right.
So I did get a chance, I don't think, to talk to you right after the season. I just wanted to get your perspective on the interference call that wiped out that John goal in the Game 7.
Yeah, that was a tough call. I felt like, we were both going on the same path, and I actually tried to get out of the way, and he kind of came into me, or that's what I felt like. And, maybe if that's not a goal, it doesn't get called, but it was just kind of a bang-bang situation, and, obviously I didn't love it, but that's what it is.
Do you relive that moment?
Say it again?
Do you relive that moment?
Yeah, but I don't think, I don't know, I don't really think I would have done anything differently. Like I said, I tried to get out of the way, and you just try to make the right decision at the right time, and sometimes it doesn't go your way.
You've done anything different, off-season training, anything like that to change things up a bit?
Or? No, I've been on the Leafs program and, doing what they're recommending in the gym, kind of the same thing that the guys have been doing here all summer. So, there's certain focuses every summer, so you just try to address it and move on.
What's it been like to get to know Matt? You played against him a lot in the North Division, but
yeah,
having him on your side?
Yeah, Murray, obviously. Yeah. He's great. He's a great guy. He's easy to like, and, we're excited to have him on our side, and he obviously has some extreme skills and talent, so it's really, I think it'll be a good thing.
Does it feel like a guy who probably has something to prove, too? He said that to us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think we always feel like he's a great goalie, and, he's proven that. He's won 2 Stanley Cups, and, I think he'll be really good.
Among the new faces here, who's kind of grabbed your attention?
Well, I guess if we're going to look at D, Victor Mete and Jordy Ben have looked good, and, those are the aforementioned guys I think that are, we're confident in, and, even aside from that, there's a lot of guys that are really talented and, look good.
You look like you had a couple of good years in Europe. How did you find your game over there?
I played a lot. I had the trust from the coach, from the organization, and it made me a better player.
What sort of opportunity do you see now that you are back here?
I'm just going day by day. I'm giving everything, and we will see at the end.
What was the conversation to go to Europe with Kyle? How did that go?
Conversation was a friendly one. I just said I want to play. I think it's the best for me, to grow, and that was the thing.
I'm sorry. They qualified you, though. Did you think at that point to come back? Or like you say, you wanted to try Europe?
You mean when?
A couple of years ago when I think they qualified.
Yeah, I think that showed something too, but I think for me at this point was the best step to go back to play a lot and to get the confidence, and
Where do you think your game has improved?
I think everywhere.
You work on your shot, you work on your defense?
Yeah, doing everything,
What's the biggest difference playing in Europe versus here for you?
It's you mean what's like the difference between the hockey or like for me?
For you.
For me?
Yeah.
How I said, I got the trust. I played a lot in every situation in Europe back, and here it's a different game. I'm giving everything, I'm gonna do everything, and we'll see.
I think you played with Austin Zurich way back. What are your conversations with him, and how have you seen him grow?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's such a great player. I look him every day on the ice, and I'm just he's unbelievable.
What was he like back then?
He was good. He was really good. Now he's just a beast. He's really good.
When you went over to in your back of your mind, were you always thinking you wanted to get back to the NHL, or were you thinking maybe you just go?
No, it was always NHL is the best league in the world, right? I think you always have that mind to come back, you know, and that was my goal. And yeah,
What made now the right time to come back?
you know, I had a good season last season in Europe, and I felt good. The Olympic was good, the World Championship was good season, and yeah, I think that was the point. I came back.
The folks in Zurich. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
Did you have any conversations with the organization about the timeline to come back, or was it just a matter of saying I'm ready to come and have a shot at training?
That was my agent. My agent was talking to them, so I don't know a lot what was going on there.
Where did you spend your off season?
I'm in Zurich.
Switzerland
I'm in
here?
Zurich.
How proud are the folks in Zurich of the fact that Austin was there? It was his
They're
launch pad,
really proud, of course, because he was there, the number one. Yeah, and now he's that big. I think it's they can say he was there once, and it's big. Yeah.
Well, like I said yesterday, I think there's great depth. I think there's going to be great competition. There's guys obviously that we're familiar with, whether they're our returning guys or guys who played for the Marlies. Then we've got guys that are coming in that we signed for the first time, and even some of the guys that came in that I'm not as familiar with, that spent some time with the Marlies last year, but weren't in our camp or didn't spend a full season. I think there's a lot of guys that are going to push and challenge for spots and force us to make decisions, which is a good thing.
And what can you tell us about Jake Muzzin and how concerned are you about that right now?
I would say concern, especially considering it's nothing really that has been on the the things that have been on the front burner in terms of monitoring for him. It's just the last little bit he's had a little discomfort in his back, and ultimately just decided, given that today for the most part is one of the hardest days of the year, it was a good day, good time to give him some additional time away. So I think we're going to evaluate him after a week or so and see how things settle.
Hey Sheldon, what do you see in Aston Reese, a guy who probably normally would have signed with the team this summer had the salary cap not been what it is?
Yeah, it's the nature of what's going on in the league. In the last couple of years, there are some guys that you fully expect to have jobs and have security, and that's just not the case. But the salary cap being what it is, that might have put up some roadblocks for him. We think it's worked out to our benefit. He's a guy I think that we had interest in as free agency got going, and then just kind of ran out of money, kind of thing. But to have him still here and still competing and in the mix, I think was a good. It's a good thing for us. He's come in really good attitude, and he's a very smart and responsible player. He's played in the league a lot. He's come from a good program. Obviously, the years he spent in Pittsburgh and good winning teams and all of that. So it's nice to have another guy like that around.
Is there any type of disadvantage for him that he doesn't have a contract, or does that even factor into your thinking at all?
No. As far as I'm concerned, the way Kyle's told me is just approach as though everybody's here is as an option for me and for our team.
What sort of first impression has Ilya Samsonov made on you?
First of all, very nice guy, great attitude, great approach. Obviously, I think he speaks okay English, but he's not. He goes out of his way to talk to guys, and he's not the loudest guy by any means, but he's certainly around. Anytime I've engaged with him, he's been great. Seems like he's enjoying being here. I was going to use the term fun, though I think he's worked extremely hard, and I don't know how fun it's been for him, but he's putting in lots of work, and he's a very motivated guy coming in here.
When it comes to both him and Matt, you guys, you want them to be their best self, but this team, you're going to score a lot of goals, and last year we saw what happens to a team that scores a lot of goals when a couple bad ones go in. Is that sort of what you're looking for, just goalies that can make the saves they're supposed to and a couple they're not?
Yeah, that's really it. Yeah, first and foremost, do a good job in front of the goalie, no matter who's in the net. Let them get comfortable. I think that was our approach last season too. Whether it was our main guys that had the NHL experience, or whether it's Joe Woll or Shalgren that come in, you need to do a good job in front of those guys. So that's no different with two new guys coming in here. And then, certainly these are guys that we expect to make saves to keep us in games and do a job on the lower danger chances and things like that. But they both have experience, and they both played a lot of good hockey in this league. Obviously Matt's got more experience, is a little older and all of that, but at the same time, both guys have incredible talent. And today was my first time on the ice with them, first time really seeing them, and I thought they looked great. Both are real big men in the net and take up a lot of space, move well. Matt Murray looked really dialed in and focused today as far as day one at camp goes for a veteran goaltender. He looked pretty dialed in to me, so that was good to see.
The groups we saw today, are they likely to be the groups that play the 2 games on Saturday?
Yeah, it'll be pretty close. There might be some tweaks. We're going to look at it again as we get through tomorrow, but for the most part, that will be pretty close to what we'll see. Yeah.
Should we read a lot into Marner with Tavares then?
No.
Are you just trying to get a look at different things with some of the combinations?
Yeah, I just think that's really what camp is for. I mean, we got essentially 3 weeks here to look at some different things. Like I don't remember if I mentioned it yesterday or not, but we're going to get through these first 3 days here, get through Saturday's game. We're going to take Sunday off as a chance to kind of let the guys recover from 3 tough days, and then we'll come back and get 2 more practice days. So we'll likely move some things around as we come back here on Monday, and then proceed from there.
What's the thinking with putting Yarncroke with Matthews and Gaudette with Tavares? Is it you want to give those guys the best chance right out of the gate?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. 2 different situations, obviously. Yarncroke's played a lot of time in the league. He's a very good and very responsible player. But I thought that it was a good chance to put him with Austin and Bunce. I mean, I don't know if there's a better way to come into a new team and feel a part of things. But also, I think he has the skill set to be able to play, whether it's Austin or John. He has the ability to do that. He can play anywhere in our lineup. But like I mentioned yesterday, he's a very similar player to me in terms of Kerfoot and his ability to move around. And then Gaudette is a guy that we want to give him a good opportunity with good players. We think he can really score. I think he's a worker. He's hard on the puck, and we need some guys to come in and pop, if you will. Not unlike the way Bunce did last year, and we see Gaudette as a candidate that could do that, and we're going to give him an opportunity to do so.
Where might Malgin fit in, Denis Malgin?
Well, he's another guy I would put in a similar situation as Gaudette. I would say he's played similar amount of time in the NHL. He's obviously went away from the league for a while and did extremely well back home. Very talented guy. I thought he looked really good today. But for me, with him, I'm really just going to watch. We're going to put him in a good spot as well. He's going to play with good players. Right now, he's with Willie. We're just going to watch him. Like I said, he's had success in the league before. Didn't go well for him this first go around here with us, and he's gone back home, and like I said, did really well, and has come back here and wants to play in the NHL, and we'll give him a chance to prove he belongs.
Murray yesterday spoke about being focused on building trust with a new team, but I'm curious how you think it helps him that he has. I know he's removed from those championships in Pittsburgh, but how much that helps him in that regard that he has that resume. I
think it's huge. I mean, any of the players that I spoke to this offseason, that's one of the things they're really excited about. I mean, I don't know how many goalies there are that are playing in the league right now that have won those games and won the Stanley Cup. There's not many, and we have one here that has that experience and has the ability. Obviously, it hasn't gone the same way for him in the last few years or so, but we believe the talent is there. We think we can do a good enough job in front of him to really help him out, gain some traction and get going. And he had a terrific offseason. His time spent in our facility here has been great, and he's off to a great start here today with day one.
What's Axel Rendell's status?
He banged his thumb up the last game out in Traverse City, so I'm not sure in terms of a time period, but he's not going to be available for a little while for sure.